Hello everybody, back here again today for another cigar review, and what we have today is a La Perla Habana. It's a Maduro wrapper, nice dark oily looking wrapper, beautiful looking cigar. Got a couple photos of it. I'll have one up here already and I'll put a couple more in as I cut these pieces back together to give you a little close up of what it is, the label and that. It's so far really good looking cigar. There's a weird little like a small tear or something there that they've patched back over. Not a big fan of that, but oh well, what can you do? So it's just gonna be something I'm gonna smoke up, so a little patch like that isn't gonna concern me at all. So the cigar overall is a real nice firm feeling. It's got plenty of, you know, strength in it, nice tight wrapping. It's got a wonderful smell to it. The smell is not really distinctive. There's nothing really obnoxious about the smell, nothing distinctive, just a nice oily smell to it. So today I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this out here in the shop. I was out here doing some finishing on a table and that. Had this garage warm anyway. I thought, hey, why not go ahead and use the heat. Got the stove actually fired up. It's a little bit hot at the moment, so I might have to move for the next segment of this. We'll see what happens if I can get it shut down and kind of regulate the temperature a little bit better. We're going to go ahead and cut this today with an old vintage V cutter. Basically just drop it in. This is a torpedo cut, so I'm going to go ahead and just press that right through there. And basically it made a beautiful little cut there. I might go grab myself a photo of that real quick, show you guys how good that turned out. And now on for a little test draw before I light this baby up. Does seem to be drawn just a little bit tight, so I'll probably somewhere throughout the day, throughout the smoke, I might have to do a little press in my fingers, kind of help break it up a little bit. I have a draw poker, but it's just unfortunately not out here with me at the moment. So I'm also going to go ahead and light this with a little butane lighter. I know a lot of you guys are all like, has to be or cigarette or matches only and better cedar chips, that kind of stuff. I'm not into that. I figure butane torch does just fine. And some of the experts claim they can taste the difference. I'd like to blind taste test them and see if they can tell after the first light if there's any difference at all. So we'll go ahead and light this baby up here. I like to go ahead and keep it above the flame, get it nice and warm, and then my lighter just went out. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and grab a different lighter real quick. If I got the thing nice and lit up here, first puff on it seems just fine. I will say it is a very hard draw, and had I known that, I would have definitely draw poked this before I came out, but I'll go ahead and roll it on the table a little bit, kind of loosen it up, see if I can't make it draw a little bit better. Some people like the real heavy draw. I'm not into that. I don't like to have to draw that hard on a cigar to keep it smoking. So the flavor though, starting off here, seems just fine. Also, doesn't seem to be putting out a lot of smoke. Seems to be smoking halfway decent when it's sitting here in my hand. Not getting a heavy full smoke in my mouth. Might be because drawing so hard I'm not getting a lot of air through the cigar itself, which could be a large culprit to my problem, not heavy smoke in my mouth there. So, and to also show you guys what I'm doing, I have a bottle right here. It's just an old Mountain Dew bottle with frozen water in it, little ice water to drink. Just got back from the gym a little bit ago, hit the shower, so I'm kind of haven't eaten anything in probably, I don't know, probably 5 hours, 6 hours, something like that, since I've had anything to eat. And the last thing I had to eat was some breaded chicken. So definitely it's completely out of my system. And I take that back. I did have a glass of chocolate milk after my workout at the gym, so that was probably an hour ago though. So before my shower and that, so it's been an hour. I had some chocolate milk. Now I'm just drinking water. So I'll let you know what the next result is about halfway through. I'll see you in a second. Hello everybody, back here for my, I guess, halfway mark of my cigar here this evening. And It's still drawing a little bit hard. I did go grab a screwdriver over there and poked a hole in it. It was working pretty good, but it seemed to close up on me, so I'm going to have to go re-poke it again. Unfortunately, in the process, the screwdriver I have is a little bit larger than I needed, and I end up splitting the outside wrapper, so I'm losing a little bit of draw with that. So technically that right there would be my fault for not using a proper draw poker, but that kind of thing happens when you're not willing to venture back out in the freezing cold wintertime to go inside to get your draw poker. So I might have to just move that out here to the shop. Seems like I have it in my humidor. Humidor's in the house. I never smoke in my house, so I need to bring it out here where I'm going to use it more often, because I don't think to cut my cigars inside and test draw them before I come out. So anyway, that's my own fault there. But when it was drawn a little bit better, it was the beautiful taste. It's nice, smooth. For Maduro, it's a little bit weak, I think, personally, but I don't know. Everybody's got their own personal preference of that. It's a good cigar. I gotta say, I'd recommend it highly if you're into a dark wrapper cigar. This is definitely a nice cigar. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it's smoking right now. It's, like I said, it's not drawing great. I'll go ahead and let you see what it's doing. As you can see, it's not putting out big plumes of smoke, which I'm a big fan of, but it's definitely, it's worth, I don't know, it's worth having. I'd like to have a few more of them before I make my final decision on it. Unfortunately, I believe it's the only one I've got. I'll have to look in the humidor and see what else is in there. I think this was the only one I received. So overall, minus the too tightly packed for the poor draw, I got to give it a very high rating. So unless they're all this way, I would say definitely highly recommend one. If you do get one, definitely draw poke it if it's tight draw like that. This one I'm probably going to end up taking over and re-poking it that screwdriver. I've already ripped the wrapper, so it won't like it's going to matter at this point on. So anyway, I've just been drinking water with it, like I said, so it's definitely not my average cigar smoking drink. Usually Mountain Dew or some green tea is what I usually try and drink it with when I'm smoking a cigar, but this is working great. Like I said, it's kind of on the mild side, so I didn't need anything to kind of help wash down the flavor or really kind of work with it in a flavor contrast. So definitely happy with it so far. So to sit out here enjoying the warm shop, middle of the winter, like I said, it's freezing cold out here in Iowa. Definitely not the cold as it could be, but it's definitely by no means anywhere near warm today, or tonight, I guess. Today was not bad. I think it was in the 30s today. So, but overall, just sitting out here, relaxing after my workout. Hit the shower, thought I'd come out here and enjoy myself a cigar before I go in and call it a night. So I'll be back and give you my final thoughts when I get to the end. I'll see you in a second. It's definitely putting off more smoke from the lit end than it is coming through into my mouth. So not a big fan of that part, but like I said, it might just be a poorly packed, a little bit too tight cigar. So give you the final results in a second. Well, I'm back here for my final little chunk of the cigar. Usually I smoke them down a little bit farther than this one, but the heavy draw on this thing is really just drove me nuts this whole way through. It's actually kind of just, I don't know, it feels like it's hurting my mouth even, just the constant heavy draw on this thing. I tried poking it again. It'll smoke fine, produce nice smoke for, I don't know, 2 or 3 puffs, and then it goes back to being way too tight. So I've kind of, I don't know, I've just given up on the whole concept of this one is just a bad packed, bad rolled, whatever you want to call it. You run into that quite often. Well, I shouldn't say quite often. Randomly, you run into it with your hand-rolled cigars. Machine-rolled, you're not going to find that. It's all loose-cut junk. It's one of the risks you take, I guess, with a hand-rolled cigar. But in my opinion, it's absolutely worth it. The flavor of this one overall has been fine. Been smooth, been consistent, nice flavoring. Just a real mild, I don't know, it seems a little mild for what it is, but I think a lot of that has to do with the fact I'm not getting the amount of smoke that I would like to get out of a cigar. So if you're getting 20% of the smoke in your mouth, you're probably getting 20% of the flavor also. So I'm going to blame it on that. Again, like I said, unfortunately, I think this is my only one of these that I have, so I'm not able to do another test to see if the next one's as good flavor-wise or maybe even better, because it would draw a lot easier. So pretty much I'm going to go ahead and take one last little puff here on it, show you guys how it's smoking. Again, not worth a damn. I've really got to just suck so hard on this thing, and it's really short. I would have thought being this low down, it would have drawn better, so it would have been drawn through quite so much. But it's still just absolutely just way too tightly packed. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here after this last little puff. Overall, I'd have to say, assuming it doesn't draw this hard on the next one, would recommend it. Not knowing much from this company, I don't smoke too many of these, so I can't give you an overall envision of them, unfortunately. I can only tell you for what little bit of smoke I've gotten out of it, the flavor's fine. I would say this is going to be I can't recommend this, I guess, at the moment, because as poor of job as it was, as much work as it seemed to be to smoke this thing, I definitely would not want to buy more unless I knew this was a fluke. So I'm going to leave it at a not recommending this cigar. Just, I'd say 95% of that is due to the lack of smoking and the heavy draw on it. So anyway, you all make your own decision, and thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave them below. Have yourself a safe and wonderful night, and I'll check you out on the next cigar I have. Have yourself a great day. Again, as you can see, unfortunately the cigar smokes way more out the end than it does out the draw hole. So that's a wrap. I'll check with you later.